Hello, everyone. We're in the webinar now, so let's get started. First of all, thank you for joining us at a look at the day in the life of a real estate agent here in the Edmonton area. And kind of, we're going to try and unpack and go over everything that we know or we've seen as far as what it takes to be successful in real estate, especially if you were just getting started in the business. So there is a question box. If you do have any questions, I'm monitoring it. Put it in there as I go, and we'll kind of get to it. But I guess for first of all, I just want to ask, what are the main questions that you would have about real estate, about getting into real estate, anything like that, day to day, just so we can make sure that we're covering all the bases. So first of all, I'm John Rhoda. I'm team lead over here at the Muve Real Estate team. We're brokered by Sweetly Real Estate, so we're a bit of a different style brokerage. We're an iBuyer model, which means that we will buy property instantly. We will go to your property, take a look at it, come back and make you an offer on the property, and then again close on that property right away. So it's a little bit different. And as traditional real estate, we do both traditional and the iBuyer model, but that is basically the big difference between Sweetly and any other brokerage, and why we chose to hang our license here and bring our team here is because we have that unique competitive advantage over other teams or other brokerage that they just can't offer. So a bit about me before real estate. I was in residential construction, superintendent for a local home builder, and I've done many renovations with relatives and different business ventures in the past like that. So been in the residential construction sector, whether it's estimating or superintendent or whatever it might be, all in around that for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years prior to real estate. Now, since in real estate, been just rounding out my 10th year now. So we're looking at year 10 coming up just the beginning of 2025. A bit about what we believe in here on the team. We believe in kind of value first and giving to receive. So, when we're talking to our clients or reaching our clientele, we're, trying to give, and then receive and, have people that will work with us and that want to commit to working with us and give us referrals. Further to that, we believe in working hard. We believe in a strong work ethic. We believe in accountability and making sure that we're, keeping ourselves accountable to our goals and living up to what we say we want to do and where those goals will take us, whether it's monetary or transaction level and certain income level you want to make. We want to be held accountable. We want to hold each other accountable as a team to reach those goals, because when you work in a purely commission sales industry, it is a bit challenging to stay motivated when things don't go your way, and then you're looking to reset your motivation day in and day out. And it's best done on a team. In our experience, it's best done with people who are on the same path as you, who are kind of sharing the same vision, have similar goals. So that's one thing that we preach big, is accountability. Being such a large team in the city, there's a lot of different personalities that come with being on the team, and it seems that everybody jives with at least a couple people all the time. So you do have like those buddies within the group that do keep you going and are relating to what you're doing, what you're going through, at similar points in life. So that's one thing that we try to kind of pride ourselves on. So main motivations for becoming a realtor, a lot of people look at things like income potential. So a couple success stories we've had with people joining our team and coming into real estate. We've had people go from, whether it might be from flooring installers to mechanics and everything kind of in between, and then coming into real estate and making well over 150 to 200 grand in their first year. Now, those individuals are very accountable to themselves. They're self-starters, they're driven, and that's what you need to be successful in real estate. So there is potential for sure that you could make easily 100K a year in real estate if that's kind of like a income level goal you're after, or more. The one beauty about being in real estate that is for as far as income is that there's no ceiling on it. It is time for money. So as much as you invest in it, as much time as you spend in it, you will get that amount of money in monetary return when you're meeting clients, doing deals, and getting listings and helping buyers into homes. So there is no real cap on what you can earn. And that's probably one of the biggest motivators for getting into the business. When you're looking at Next one people do is they love helping people. There's other people around that love helping people and love getting uh, people into homes, love educating them, love offering value, love servicing people. There's a lot of that happens. It is a commission sales industry, but there's a point of sale where commission happens, and that's where you get paid. But for the most part, it's all relationship building. It's nothing really to do with, you know, can we get enough commissions? Can we sell 50 doors to through 5 people this month? It's not like that. It's more, how many people can we help? How many people can we build value with? How many people can we service? How many conversations are we having with people, over a certain time length that's building enough value to, convert these people at a standard level, and it keeps things going, keeps things flowing. Because as soon as you start worrying about the commission each time, you get commission breath, and people read that on you, and then it's just very hard to kind of wipe that from that persona that you've built with somebody. So we are very value focused. We are very driven to offer value and to help guide people. So if you're someone who likes to guide people, we've seen lots of teachers come into the industry. Teachers are very good at guiding other people through their real estate journeys. So that's something that could be a good fit for you. Another one is a freedom of schedule. So freedom of schedule is, yes, definitely something that you can achieve. But at the same time, a lot of times you end up working when people are not. So a lot of people work 9 to 5. A lot of people work shift work, 2 weeks in, 1 week out, stuff like that. You got to kind of be available to, show them houses or meet them for listing appointments and stuff like that when they are not working. But that being said, you do have some good downtime where you can do a lot of things like during the daytime, and you have a lot more flexibility. So like, even simple things like grocery shopping. A lot of free time you have would be like daytime free time, morning, early morning. So you could go and do these little tasks that you have to do every week and be a lot more effective with the time, because you're not fighting the Saturday rush or the Sunday rush with majority of the people. But then when it comes to, showing people houses, you could work, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours a day prospecting, or, following up with your leads and the people you're servicing. And then you could do the same, 3 to 4 or 5 hours in the night, anywhere from say 4:30 up until 8:30, showing houses and going on listing appointments. So you do work, if as much as you want to work. Like I said, it's time for money. So if you're in it, maybe you're a secondary breadwinner in the family or whatever it might be, maybe you're only doing it 6 hours a day, you can still make good income level and still contribute without having to be totally locked into like a Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. schedule or anything like that. So you do have the flexibility, which is, one of the major reasons people get into it. The roles and responsibilities of a realtor, very simple. It's about being honest and working hard for your clients. The main responsibility we have is to educate them and guide them along the process, give them as much information as we have, give it all away for free, and earn their trust and earn their loyalty, so that when the time comes for them to make a move, they want to work with us, and they're well informed, they're educated, and they can feel confident about their decisions. So that's the main responsibility I would say that most realtors have in the industry. The average realtor will, must prospect, must show houses, must negotiate deals, schedule inspections, coordinate different work between lawyers and their clients, organize appraisals, meet clients at closings, to release keys, and to give gifts. So the average realtor does have a lot of little things on the go that go into a full day. But on our team, the main thing that we try and focus on is the lead generation portion, which is about 20% of the time. And the other portion is lead conversion. So whether that's a new lead or whether that's a follow-up for current leads you're already working with, I'd like to say like 80% of our time is spent there. That's where you should be spending the majority of your time. Lead generation, a lot of that's handled for you on the team. A lot of other leads you're going to get is from SOI, like people sphere of influence. They're going to be people that are referred to you, or you can do other things for prospecting, like open house and door knocking and different events, or even maybe a webinar like this one for first-time buyers or first-time sellers, whatever it might be. So there's a lot of different things you can do for lead generation, but you're in office hours about prepping for that lead generation task, maybe about 20%. The rest should be 80% lead conversion. Our team, we're focused on taking all of the smaller tasks out of the agent's hands and letting us do what we do best. So we have the administrative support to allow that. We have the tools and the systems that will allow us to foster an environment where we're able to have the greatest amount of ROI for our time, the greatest return on investment for our time, which is getting on the phone with more people, having more conversations, and again, giving away more value and more free information. So as you can tell, that's kind of the theme of what I believe in and what we strive to do on the team. Our team kind of, again, allows you to concentrate on showings, allows you to concentrate on listing appointments, allows you to concentrate on phone calls and prospecting, where our staff is taking care of all the other tasks in between. We do take care of a lot of the paperwork for people, and we do take care of a lot of the back end, whether it's booking photographers, ordering signage, getting lock boxes ready, so on and so forth. Our team does take care of a lot of that stuff. So we're trying to create an environment where you have more time to actually service a customer. So the day-to-day life of an agent, the average agent on our team would come into the office or start at their home office, and they would go through their daily tasks. So checking into the CRM or client relationship management system, you go from left to right on our top of our filters. You're going to target all new leads, all the leads that you're currently working with that are likely to close in the next 90 days. Anybody you have to touch base with that's going to close within 3 to 6 months, and anybody from 6 to 12 plus months from that, you're going to make sure that you're zeroing out those lists and that you're going through all those people and doing proper follow-up, delivering value, and clearing that out, making sure every single day it's at zero. Next, you go to your daily tasks. So within the CRM, you have a task button. You hit the daily tasks. You're able to see everything that you scheduled for yourself, so you're staying organized and streamlined. When the more organized and streamlined you are, the more clients you'll be able to service and reach in more time. So on average, most agents can effectively manage anywhere from 80 to 100 leads if they had to. So that's kind of like where we're looking at being. From there, real estate goes into like the evenings, like I was talking about before. You're kind of doing showings, meetings, writing offers, negotiating offers, and then hopefully getting offers accepted, then doing due diligence, sending contracts to mortgage brokers on behalf of your clients, giving them copies for themselves, booking inspections, booking appraisals, and then going through these inspections in person with the customer, potentially renegotiating deals if there's anything that comes up on the inspection, finally finalizing the deal, removing conditions, and then we do the conveyancing on the back end. So a lot of that stuff is heavy lifted by our admin team, but that is day in the life type stuff for an agent. So it's in sitting down at office, prospecting, and getting ahead of people, in front of people, and then it's showings, meetings, inspections, and negotiations. They're pretty much the gist of the day in the life of an agent on our team, the average agent on our team. And the realities of real estate is that it is a very hard industry. 87% of people fail within the first 2 years, and then an additional 5% of people fail in the next 3 years after that. So only a small amount of agents make it past the first 5 years. And the reason is because, like I said, it's quite hard. You got to self-start, and that's the biggest thing. Like, we're here to keep you accountable and to keep you on the right track. But being a self-starter is probably one of the biggest advantages that you could get or you could have over the next agent, in the next company or whatever it might be. So being a self-starter and keeping yourself on track is something that is very important. We offer help like that on the team, so people will come see me or they'll come see Kylie, our sales manager, and we'll get refocused and we'll recheck our goals and we'll become accountable again and get on the right track. But for most people, solo agents, they start out on their own. They don't want to do a team model. They don't want to do working with others, whatever it might be. And then they struggle because they don't have the systems in place. They don't have the accountability, and they don't have the lead flow to stay on top of their leads and top of their business. So I'd say the highest failure rate is probably something to be very cautious of. Like I said, only a small percentage of people make it past that first 5 years. 83% fail within 2, and an additional 5% fail within the next 3. So the remaining balance is the only ones that make it past 5 years. So building a predictable business is something that doesn't happen on accident. It's not something that, you got into real estate and all of a sudden, boom, you got a lot of clients and it's predictable, and I know I'm going to be doing all these deals. I know I'm going to be doing so on and so forth. It's not like that. It really is something that you have to work towards. It's something that you have to stay on top of. It's something that you have to um, continue doing every single day. So it's not predictable in the first couple of years by any means, but what is predictable is your output. You can predict how many hours you're going to work. You can predict how much effort you're going to put in. You control these things because it's yourself. So if you're motivated to self start, you get in there every single day, you put in 40 hours, you put in whatever it might be, 60 hours, then there is availability for you to work more and build a predictable business. If you want to only put in 20 hours a week, 15 hours a week, it'd be very hard to track, predictable business, because the amount of business you do now in the early first 1, 2, 3 years is what's going to pay you in years 4 plus. So a lot of people, they want to get listings, they want to get houses for sale. A lot of listings that you get are from the buyers that you service, but the average first time home buyer will sell their home anywhere from 3 to 7 years range. So they start looking around that 3 year range, they start thinking about it, and then all the way up to 7 years. On average, a lot of them do it before year 5, because that first 5 year fixed rate mortgage is coming due. So they'll get some kind of notification, 9 months out or 6 months out from their mortgage having to renew, and they might want to move up, or they might want to sell and move to somewhere else, or whatever it might be. So when you're servicing those people in years 1, 2, and 3, that's how your business starts to become a little bit more predictable, and then you're able to gauge some more predictability. But the more people you service early on, the higher chance of your business being predictable later on. So it is about putting in a good amount of work, being a self starter, and hustling hard for your business. There's different benefits of being a realtor, and there's different ways you can make income. If you have people leaving from our market to another market, you could refer them to another realtor. There's shared referrals on commissions there. You can work out something with referral partners and something like that. So there's other ways to make some supplementary income. So the support that our team offers to agents is transaction coordinators and listing coordinators. They help you with getting your transaction, getting your paperwork sorted, getting it from start to finish. Listing coordinators do everything top to bottom for our agents. So like when they go out there, they do a listing appointment, they land a listing. Our listing coordinators take it from there and take it all the way home. They'll put it up on the market, do all the paperwork, photos, measurements, everything like that. We have our own in-house photographer, videographer, which offers a lot of flexibility for getting people's photos done quickly. Sometimes people have pressures when they want to get the house on the market the next day or within the next 2 days. We don't have to wait for a photographer. We can just send our guy out right away, and he turns it over. And then our listing coordinators are just as efficient as that. We have sales manager and staff that is, going through your CRM with you, helping you stay on top of things, helping you stay on top of your goals. And it is someone that you can go to, recommit, to revisit your goals, and to stay on track with where you want to be in your career. So that is like one of the largest support arms that we offer on the team. And it's something that's very unique to our team. Not a lot of teams, and even around North America, have the position of a sales manager working in their company. So it's been a big game changer for a lot of agents coming on the team. It's just having that confidence right there. We are continuously spending money on marketing and on coaching. So we have a third-party coaching platform that we have paid for. They specifically coach real estate teams all around North America. And aside from me doing my coaching and my training with the team, they do Thursday weekly trainings that our agents are able to patch into, much like this, and they're able to take in those trainings, view the recorded trainings, and just up their skills. Training topics could be anything from cold call, basic like scripting, how to do it. It could be from like listings, how to do listing appointment, what objections they're going to come up with, buyer appointments, negotiations, CRM management, everything under the sun. And then I do our weekly trainings as well, and we do a bi-weekly additional training on top of that. So there is no shortage of training, and all the trainings are recorded and easily digestible later. You have a login to a separate website, a separate learning management system. We're able to go in and actually learn what it takes to do business. A lot of time the real estate course, you take it kind of just tells you what you can't do, but it doesn't tell you really what you should do. So that's where we come in, and we provide that arm of like, this is what you need to do to be successful. Right. So training is there. We offer the obviously the CRM, like I talked about, and the front end website. So everyone has their own consumer facing front end website where they're able to drive traffic to. If you want to run your own ad sets, you can run traffic to there. I'm sitting in our really nice office space that fronts onto downtown. We see downtown out the front window. It's a very nice space. So somewhere for you to go, somewhere for you to work, and just get out of the house. For me, I know that when I'm at home working, I'm like 50% as effective if I am at the office. At the office, I just get into it, I grind it out, get on top of what I need to do, and I'm way faster working through my tasks. So there's a lot of value in what we're bringing here and what we're doing. Uh, as an independent contractor, a lot of that falls on the contractor. It's expenses that you don't think about. Having an office space, having a CRM, having a photo guy, buying log boxes, and having assistants, transaction coordinators, listing coordinators, so on and so forth. It's things that it's just not really scalable for someone just starting real estate. So that's why we try and bridge the gap and make it as attainable as possible for people when they're getting into the business here. Realistic picture, like I said, of the success rate on our team. We're seeing people stay on our team for longer periods of time than most people stay at other companies, and we're seeing people stay in the industry for longer than the average. So most people who come on our team don't leave the industry. Very seldom do they ever fail out because they didn't have enough leads, didn't have enough opportunity, didn't have enough support, which is something that is the main three biggest complaints of the 87% of people I mentioned before that fail out. We don't have that same type of turnover rate. With new agents joining the team and joining the industry, we're seeing, on average, 90 to 95% of them are staying past those 3 years and going on and actually making a career out of this. So it is about the support. It is about how you start and where you start. There's a lot of marketing out there. There's a lot of big brands and there's a lot of people promising a lot of things. But at the end of the day, you got to get kind of belly to belly with them. And if you're getting in the business, you got to see what they're about and what they offer and make sure that they're going to lead you down the right path, because strong leadership is something that's, can't be overlooked when you're starting out in the business on your own, and you need training and you need support and you need leads and opportunities. It just can't be overlooked. So you have to make sure that that you're looking into those things. We had an agent on our team start. I mentioned him from before. He was a flooring installer prior to real estate. He had a project coordination diploma from NATE. He was then doing some flooring on the side and working for a commercial construction company. Wasn't really happy with what he was doing. Started in the business. First year, he did 29 deals, none of them for anybody he knew. He grinded it out. He worked really hard. He self-started, and he had a limiting belief where he thought that he didn't want to do a disservice to people that he knew because they might, think because he's new that he doesn't know what he's doing or whatever. Even though oftentimes the newer agents do a better job than some of the experienced agents because they care that much more, because they are we are a little bit intimidated, we're a little bit scared, we're just getting into something new, which is the biggest investment in people's lives, and we don't want to mess it up, right? So he was able to do 29 transactions in his first year, all from people he never met, all from opportunities that we were able to give him. And then so after that, now fast forward, he's year 7 and pumping out anywhere from 60 to 80 transactions a year, depending on the year and depending on the market. And a lot of those now are repeat and referral. So he's not taking any certain type of lead prospecting like open houses or anything like that. Everyone's basically just coming to him, needing something from him. Same thing goes. We had another agent who was a mechanic, started on the team, was a mechanic before real estate, knew a ton about cars and how to fix them, didn't know anything really about selling houses or about building relationships with people. He came into the business, he had a strong sense of, delivering value and a strong sense of just making sure people were well taken care of. He was a people first person, and he really cared about the interactions with them. He really cared about going the extra mile, investing the extra time to make sure that they were well taken care of, and that they thought through everything and that they understood everything. And because of that, he was able to do 30 transactions in his first year. And it was about 20 from leads that we were able to give him, and he got about 10 people from his network. So that definitely supplemented it. But he started out right away, social media, putting out videos, putting out content, putting out value, and people came to him. People were attracted to that and attracted to his delivery and that he was genuine. So again, it really comes down to the person being a self-starter, being genuine, and leading value first. So that's a couple success stories for you about some agents that have joined the team. There's many more that we've been able to help through that are working real estate as their long-term career now. So the secret to rapid growth is the importance is all about accountability. Like we mentioned before, it's accountability is the number one secret sauce. It's being accountable to yourself. It's being accountable to what you're saying you're going to do. I want to make 100K in real estate. Well, what is that 100K? It's not about just seeing 100K on a check or on a tax statement. It's what's that 100K going to do for you? What's that 100K going to do for your family? Where are you going to be when you make that 100K at the end of the year? And is that 100K benchmark, and then we're going to keep adding on to that every year? Great. And then what is all that income going to do for you? Because it's not just I want to make 100K. If that's the only thing that it's about, then you haven't quite figured out what your drive is yet. If what's that going to do for your family, what's that going to do for yourself and for your life? And then you can be accountable to yourself, and we'll help you stay accountable as well. So that's probably one of the biggest things. And the second thing is education, just staying up to date with current, different changes in the market, different changes in what's happening as far as like procedures and operations in real estate, market conditions, sellers market, buyers market, balance market, and just knowing how to navigate all those different types of markets and how to best advise your client to not only get the properties they're after, but get them for the right price and the best deal that they're looking for. So it's always important that we're staying on top of education and staying on top of our accountability. Those two things, that's the secret sauce. Everything else, it just kind of falls into place. If you're educating yourself, challenging yourself, weekly role plays, weekly team trainings, and weekly coaching trainings that we offer you, and then staying on top of your own accountability, keeping yourself driven, being a self-starter, being active on your business, and making sure your CRM is taken care of. Everything else kind of will just fall into place as you go. Different ways to get involved with the team and get involved in real estate. We're actually going to be releasing different information, different programs coming up. So if you are interested in getting into real estate, keep an eye out for what we're going to be putting out here. There'll be some different types of options as far as getting into real estate, some cost saving measures as well that we're going to be able to provide. But getting into the real estate and getting onto the team, the biggest thing is just get your coursework done and save a bit of a nest egg, because a lot of the times when you get into real estate, your first getting consistent income might take anywhere from around 90 days roughly to get that first kind of paycheck. So you want to nest egg a bit of cash to keep about 3 to 4 months worth of expenses covered at home, bills, whatever it might be, rent, mortgage. And then from there, finish your real estate course and then get in touch with us, and we'll get you started on the training portion of it. So that's probably the best way, but keep an eye out for what we're going to drop here coming soon. We're trying to make it easier for people to enter the industry and to be successful in the early on. If any of this kind of resonates with you and what I'm talking about, is this kind of the type of person that you're this type of person, you're a self-starter, you're value first, you want to be kind of that confidant to people and guide them down the right path. You understand that what we're kind of about now and what this industry is about. Our team is transacting quite heavily. We are the highest selling team in the marketplace, currently sitting at May 15th at 180 transactions, which is phenomenal for a team. And kudos to them for working so hard. If this is something that speaks to you, if this is something you're interested in learning more about, definitely go to our website and hit the link to submit, to have an initial conversation. Kylie, our sales manager, will be happy to get on the phone with you and to just guide you through the process, guide you to where the coursework can be found and where you can even get started. And then, like I said, keep an eye out for some of the offerings that we're going to be putting out there as well. And if any of those offerings kind of catch your eye to help supplement some of the cost or whatever it might be, we'll be happy to work with you on those too. So our website that talks about what we are and what we do is movere.ca. So it's MUVERE muve.ca. So Move Real Estate abbreviated.ca. There's lots of information on there, a little bit of additional learning content on there as well. So if you go into the resources, there's some more training material that I've given out for free. There's some kind of bit of a case studies that we've given out for free. You can see, the agents on the team there, and you can learn a little bit about me, a little bit about Kylie, and a little bit about Nick, who's the co-owner here at the Move team. So there's a lot more information there. There's places where you can submit to have us reach out to you and to have a conversation. You come out, check out the office, check out the vibe, and then if you're looking to get started in the business, we can help you with get rolling. So a couple questions that we've seen come up is first one, is this live or recorded? This is live right now, actually live, and it is being recorded. So if you do need the recording and you want to watch it again, just let me know. I don't know if you can tell, but this is as raw as it gets, and yeah, this is live. So I'm just at my desk here trying to give you as much value as possible. Some other questions that we've received from people about getting into real estate is what's some of the costs? What do the costs look like around getting into real estate? You can budget around that $5,000 mark to get the courses and then to get the initial sign up done, because you have to pay board dues, real estate board dues right when you start, and then the initial courses as well. On our movere.ca website, if you click at the top heading, there's only 4 buttons or 5 buttons. One of them says start the course. You can go right into the coursework page and it'll show you where to register and how to get started. From there, you do your coursework, you do your criminal record check, so to make sure you have nothing on there, and then you register with the brokerage and start up with the team and get rolling. So yeah, about $5,000 to get started in real estate. And like I mentioned before, you want to kind of save up a bit of a nest egg for your bills, anywhere from 3 to 4 months worth of expenses kind of covered, and budget whatever you spend on gas, you probably need to double it, just because you do drive around quite a bit showing houses. I often joke with people that I drive more than Uber, but I don't actually think I do, but maybe in the past I did. Can you start part-time and eventually do full-time? Yes. Agents have started part-time and eventually transitioned into full-time. It is something that will take longer to turn the corner on than if somebody's starting full-time. Obviously, if someone's putting in 40, 50 hours a week, they're probably going to get a little bit more out of it than someone who's able to put in 15 to 25 hours a week. And that's fine. Everyone's where they're at. People got families and different commitments, and, they have consistent income that they need to make every month. But you can still be successful starting part-time and then eventually working to full-time. The part-time, full-time thing would probably be one of your main self-drivers, would be one of your main focuses. What's going to take me from doing this as part-timer to doing it full-time? How much money do I need to make, and how will my lifestyle change once I reach that? That in itself should be enough to get someone going and to get someone motivated and to do what they got to do to get it done. Yeah, so we currently don't offer. We're currently only a team in Edmonton, in the greater Edmonton area. There was a question here, something about Calgary. We aren't in Calgary currently, but that's not to say that we never will be. Maybe it's just because we haven't had the right amount of agents wanting to work with us and join the team from Calgary. So nothing saying that that's totally off limits. Another question here is how do we generate leads and how are leads generated? So leads are often generated a bunch of different ways. I mentioned it before. You have your sphere of influence, your past clients, repeat and referral. Those are all people that you've serviced or people that you've known in the past from past careers or family or friends or whatever, and they're referring their family, friends, and people they know to you. So that's one of the main ways that realtors have clients long term, and it is something that is obviously probably one of the easier ways to convert people and to work with people, because they already know, like, and trust you right off the bat. You're not really fighting for those 3 things, but it isn't as trackable. It's not repeatable because you don't know how many referrals you're going to get. 2024, I could get 20 referrals, and then 2025, everyone that everyone knows is already set up in their houses and they're not moving this year, I'm going to get 6 referrals. So you got to be able to hustle to fill in the gaps when you need to. Our team does the online lead generation built in. So we do the Google pay-per-click, we do the Google SEO work on there, YouTube ads. We run a YouTube campaign, and we kind of comb through Instagram and Facebook for leads as well. And then we do a lot of work together as a team, converting those leads into actual opportunities because it is a bit of a grind. You do have to get through them and build a lot of value. And then other things you can do, like I mentioned before, open houses are by far my favorite. I love open houses. When I first started, I did my first year wasn't stellar. I told you some good stories of other people. My first year, I did 6 deals. I didn't join a team. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was super arrogant and just wasn't mature enough to necessarily know that I should be joining a team and that I should, be getting guidance from people who know way more than me. So I struggled. I only did 6 deals, but my next year, I kind of figured it out. I got some coaching, got some help from people that are from around North America who I still talk to now. I got an open house plan from one guy, and I ran the open house plan to 24 deals in my second year. And then in my third year, I really figured it out, and I went to 55 deals. I was doing 2 open houses a weekend. I would do Saturday and Sunday. I would do 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at House A on Saturday, and then I would do 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at House B, and then I'd flip it around on Sunday. I would do House B in the morning and House A in the afternoon. So I do morning, afternoon, afternoon, morning, and yeah, I was able to turn that into 55 deals. And then the team, the company, the whole thing was built off of open houses. Door knocking is super effective. I once knew a realtor. He now moved to Vancouver, but he started off with nothing, not a single person. He's from Vancouver, didn't know anybody in Edmonton, committed to door knocking 3 neighborhoods over and over and over and over again. And he'd probably do like every door maybe 6 times a year because of the amount of houses. He door knock 100 doors a day. He had listings. He had $1 million listings, 800K listings that I wasn't even thinking about. I couldn't even touch. And I was 4 years in the business, and he had just started 4 weeks ago, 4 months ago, whatever it was. So he was like door knocking super effective. Webinars like this for first-time home buyers, first-time home sellers, people looking to buy investment, people looking to buy new builds, all that sort of stuff, or even just in-person webinars. We've had people take the office space for the night and host like an in-person first-time home buyer seminar, right? Something like that. Again, fully value focused and driven. So those are a bunch of ways you could do lead generation, but the conversion is the hardest part. The generation is actually the easiest part. The conversion, the follow-up is the hardest part. It's okay to enroll into the RECA courses to get the ball rolling. Yeah, you just enroll into the RECA courses. I believe it's still the $100 to get that first little section done, and they review your application. Once they approve your application, you then go into the courses, and that's about in around the $2,000 to $3,000 range. And then once you're done the courses and you're getting into the business, it's about another $2,000 to get started. So that's why I was saying budget the $5,000. But again, keep in mind to watch for what we're going to be releasing within the next week or two. We're going to be releasing some additional ways to kind of help people get in if that's a struggle or anything like that for them. So yeah, I think that's a lot of the questions that we've gotten. We're located on Saskatchewan Drive, looking over downtown. If you want to come in for a meeting or just some one-on-one type stuff, Kylie's more than happy to meet with people. And like I said, we give it away. We give away as much value and information as we possibly can. So don't feel like, it's a waste of time or whatever it might be, because you never know what can happen from it. So just go to that movere.ca, reach out to us on the Connect with Us page there, and we can reach out to you and book something if you want to chat, even a call. You don't have to come here. We can even just do a call. So lots of options, lots of ways to get involved. And yeah, it's a great business. It's not easy. It's not for everyone, but if you learn the right things and you come with the right mindset of people first and helping and value and staying accountable, then you can be very successful. So that's all the questions I'm seeing here, and that's all I have for you today. So thank you for taking your time on 5:30 in the evening here to listen to me talk through screen. And if we do get to meet in the future, I'm looking forward to it. If you have anything that you want to chat about, again, reach out to us anytime, and we'd love to get in touch with you. See just one more question before I sign off here. Do agents have to pay office fees right away, or is there a grace period? Every single brokerage is different with that. So some brokerages have like a small office fee. Like for example, our brokerage, we only pay $150 a month, and then you pay per deal. from there, which then supplements. So it's not all coming out when you don't really have the cash. You pay it as you have it. So $150 a month, right when you start every month, super manageable and really easy for agents, especially new agents, to maintain their business without staying like under massive financial pressure where they're not able to, do business and they get kind of paralyzed under it and then, have to go back into the normal workforce or whatever it might be. So yeah, but different brokerages, like I started off at Remax, for example, and Remax was $1,200 a month, and it was from the first 3 months were half off at the time, and then they were $1,200 a month after that every month. That was years ago. I'm sure they got much different programs now, but I don't know what they are, but yeah, it does happen right away. Okay, everybody, thank you. I appreciate your time. Hope to reach out, hear from you, and we'll reach out soon. Have a good day.